come from Calcutta originally. My parents are based there. I was born there. It is the city of joy. It is the hub of art and culture. It is a very rich city with a lot of things going on there, especially in the field of art, literature, music. My journey to UK began when I passed out my undergrad degree from Sophia College, Mumbai. And that's when I thought that I don't want to stay in India anymore, because I stayed in India for a while and I wanted to explore. I did feel very upset when I left Mumbai and I decided to come here. But again, life is all about changes. When I was applying in UK and England specifically, I applied in several universities, but Manchester was my first choice because I'm doing business, and Manchester is by far one of the best for business in UK. And Manchester is a great city. Obviously, it's full of life. It's amazing. There's Old Trafford, there's Manchester United, which is my favorite football team again. So yeah, so many incentives of coming to Manchester. My family, they've been a great support for me all my life. They've supported me through and through in whatever decisions I've taken all my life practically. So my decision to England was completely supported by them, and definitely my dad financed my coming here. So otherwise I couldn't have been here.
For the first time, I think initially taking public transport was a big problem for me because we had our own cars when we were back in India. And then again, washing dishes, sharing a bathroom with my roommates, that was one problem. I got used to washing my own dishes first, and then I used to talk to my mom on the phone and learn how to cook. So yeah, so I learned cooking that way. Sharing the bathroom was okay. You had to just live with it. I don't think you can do anything about it. So.
When I was coming here, what I heard and I thought was that people here are very indifferent, and they're not very open. But I think Manchester is completely different from that. The people are very warm here, and they're open to you. You can ask them anything. They're ready to help you. One funny thing that I found when I came here is the accent. I mean, their particular words are really funny, like how we or Americans would say a bus, but here they say bus. So that's something I find really funny. We're going to catch the bus. So I was like, bus? Like, confused between booze and bus. So yeah, that's what I found funny.
Initially, I guess I was really homesick because in India we're used to staying with your parents and all the time actually. So I was really homesick. I wasn't used to not being away from them, and then this new environment. Probably the weather. I came down end September and it was so cold. So I guess that was one of the major issues that I faced here.
The university life in England, everyone should experience. It is one of the best experiences ever. The campuses are beautiful. The classrooms are amazing. One of the major differences between the education system in India and England as far as formal education is concerned is, in India, the education system is much more theory-based. Teachers pretty much come to class, give notes, you write exams. But in UK, it's completely different. Teachers come to class, but the class sessions are not just one-way communication. It's a two-way communication where teachers come, there's a workshop sort of a thing that happens. Plus the classes are global, literally, where people are there from all parts of the world. So it obviously gives a much global perspective to any topic that's been discussed in class. These kind of things absolutely makes a lot of difference, because it's not just about theoretical education that people come for. It's about an all-round education, all-round mental development that I think happens here.
There are quite a number of similarities and commonalities between the two countries. Also, I think because we're comfortable using the English language, it's not that much of a problem for us as it may be for other nationalities. Diverse as India is, we don't get as many nationalities to meet or interact with as many nationalities as I did to meet over here during the 1 year that I've spent. I haven't felt homesick yet. It's quite strange, but I'm hoping it doesn't happen. It's good.
Probably the biggest thing is food and cooking, because there's quite a lot of Indian food in Britain, but it's obviously not the kind of traditional Indian food, and I've come across a lot of Indians who often complain about it and are good cooks, and I've like cooked dishes that I've tried, and it is quite different to what I've had here. So I suppose I have made an effort to try and like learn some of the recipes and like learn how to cook Indian food. If you come across a group of Indian students who are together, they have really good energy about them, which I think will rub off on other people, and kind of, I think it's, you know, generally a positive energy.
Difference that I have noticed in myself, that I was not very open to people. I mean, if I meet a random person and I want to talk, I mean, initially I was a little closed and I couldn't probably, you know, tell how I feel, but that's different, probably because I meet people from everywhere here, and especially British, they're you know, I mean, they're very helpful, and they talk to you, and you know, that helped me open myself up. So.
I am a British citizen with sort of Indian roots. Students who have come over from India, who have sort of lived all their life in India, do sometimes seem to be slightly closed and keep to themselves. So yeah, there is a bit of difference, but then there are those as well who have sort of grown up in big metropolitan cities, who seem to be very much similar to me personality-wise and everything. So yeah, there is a mixture, and there's a difference at the same time. As the year starts, all sort of the Indian students have just come over. They stick to their routines, they do the right things, and they're almost like model students. But by the end of the year, they're exactly like everybody else.
After university, I was looking to stay back in Manchester and hoping to make a home in Manchester. By this time, I had seen a lot of places in Manchester, and one of the places that I completely fell in love with happened to be Northern Quarter. Northern Quarter is a natural home because there are a lot of parallels and similarities that I can see between Northern Quarter and Calcutta, where I originally come from. It's so artsy, and it is so creative in so many ways, and which reminds me of Calcutta all the time. After finding our home here, the next step was definitely finding a job, and I have been looking for jobs and searching for jobs everywhere, though my ideal job would be somewhere in the media. I'm hoping and waiting to see what the future holds for me. I hope it's something good.